أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أمن خلق السماوات والأرض وأنزل لكم من السماء ماء فأنبتنا به حدائق ذات بهجة ما كان لكم أن تنبتوا شجرها أإله مع الله بل هم قوم يعدلون.
Or who created the heavens and the earth, and who sent down water for you from the sky, wherewith we caused to grow beautiful orchards? You could not cause their trees to grow. Is there a God with Allah? Nay, they are a people who deviate from the right path.
أَمَّنْ جَعَلَ الْأَرْضَ قَرَارًا وَجَعَلَ خِلَالَهَا أَنْهَارًا وجعل لها رواسي وجعل بين البحرين حاجزا أإله مع الله بل أكثرهم لا يعلمون.
Or, who made the earth a place of rest, and placed rivers in its midst, and placed upon it firm mountains, and put a barrier between the two waters? Is there a God with Allah? Nay, most of them know not.
أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ وَيَجْعَلُكُمْ خُلَفَاءَ الْأَرْضِ أإله مع الله قليلا ما تذكرون.
Or, who answers the cry of the distressed person when he calls upon him, and removes the evil, and makes you successors in the earth? Is there a God with Allah? Little is it that you reflect.
أَمَّنْ يَهْدِيكُمْ فِي ظُلُمَاتِ الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ وَمَنْ يُرْسِلُ الرِّيَاحَ بُشْرًا بَيْنَ يَدَيْ رَحْمَتِهِ أإله مع الله تعالى الله عما يشركون.
Or, who guides you in the depths of darkness, on land and sea, and who sends the winds as glad tidings before his mercy? Is there a God with Allah? Exalted is Allah, above what they associate with Him.
أَمَّن يَبْدَأُ الْخَلْقَ ثُمَّ يُعِيدُهُ وَمَن يَرْزُقُكُم مِّنَ السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ أَإِلَٰهٌ مَّعَ اللَّهِ قُلْ هَاتُوا بُرْهَانَكُمْ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ.
Or, who originates creation and then repeats it? And who provides for you from the heaven and the earth? Is there a God with Allah? Say, bring forward your proof if you are truthful.
قُل لَّا يَعْلَمُ مَن فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ الْغَيْبَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ أَيَّانَ يُبْعَثُونَ.
Say, none in the heavens and the earth knows the unseen save Allah, and they do not know when they will be raised up.
بل ادارك علمهم في الآخرة بل هم في شك منها بل هم منها عمون.
Nay, their knowledge respecting the hereafter has reached its limit. Rather, they are in doubt about it. Rather, they are blind to it.
وقال الذين كفروا أإذا كنا ترابا وآباؤنا أإنا لمخرجون.
And those who disbelieve say, What? When we and our fathers have become dust, shall we indeed be brought forth again?
لقد وعدنا هذا نحن وآباؤنا من قبل إن هذا إلا أساطير الأولين.
We were surely promised this before, we and our fathers. This is nothing but tales of the ancients.
قل سيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف كان عاقبة المجرمين.
Say, travel in the earth and see how evil was the end of the sinful.
ولا تحزن عليهم ولا تكن في ضيق مما يمكرون.
And grieve thou not for them, nor be thou in distress because of what they devise.
ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين.
And they say, When will this promise be fulfilled if you are truthful?
قل عسى أن يكون ردف لكم بعض الذي تستعجلون.
Say, maybe that a part of that which you would hasten on is close behind you.
وإن ربك لذو فضل على الناس ولكن أكثرهم لا يشكرون.
And truly, thy Lord is gracious to mankind, but most of them are not grateful.
وَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَيَعْلَمُ مَا تُكِنُّ صُدُورُهُمْ وَمَا يُعْلِنُونَ.
And surely, thy Lord knows what their bosoms conceal and what they disclose.
وَمَا مِنْ غَائِبَةٍ فِي السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ إِلَّا فِي كِتَابٍ مُبِينٍ.
And there is nothing hidden in the heaven and the earth, but it is recorded in a clear book.
إِنَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ يَقُصُّ عَلَى بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ أَكْثَرَ الَّذِي هُمْ فِيهِ يَخْتَلِفُونَ.
Verily, this Quran explains to the children of Israel most of that concerning which they differ.
وَإِنَّهُ لَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةٌ لِّلْمُؤْمِنِينَ.
And verily, it is a guidance and a mercy for the believers.
إِنَّ رَبَّكَ يَقْضِي بَيْنَهُم بِحُكْمِهِ وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْعَلِيمُ.
Verily, thy Lord will decide between them by his judgment, and he is the mighty, the all-knowing.
فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ إِنَّكَ عَلَى الْحَقِّ الْمُبِينِ.
So put thy trust in Allah. Surely, thou art on manifest truth.
إنك لا تسمع الموتى ولا تسمع الصم الدعاء إذا ولوا مدبرين.
Verily, thou canst not make the dead to hear, nor canst thou make the deaf to hear the call, when they retreat, turning their backs.
وما أنت بهاد العمي عن ضلالتهم إن تسمع إلا من يؤمن بآياتنا فهم مسلمون.
And thou canst not guide the blind out of their error. Thou canst make only those to hear who believe in our signs, so they submit.
وَإِذَا وَقَعَ الْقَوْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ أَخْرَجْنَا لَهُمْ دَابَّةً مِّنَ الْأَرْضِ تُكَلِّمُهُمْ أَنَّ النَّاسَ كَانُوا بِآيَاتِنَا لَا يُوقِنُونَ.
And when the sentence is passed against them, we shall bring forth for them an insect out of the earth, which shall wound them, because people did not believe in our signs.
وَيَوْمَ نَحْشُرُ مِنْ كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ فَوْجًا مِّمَّنْ يُكَذِّبُ بِآيَاتِنَا فَهُمْ يُوزَعُونَ.
And remind them of the day when we shall gather together from every people a party from among those who rejected our signs, and they shall be formed into separate groups.
حتى إذا جاءوا قال أكذبتم بآياتي ولم تحيطوا بها ولم تحيطوا بها علما أم ماذا كنتم تعملون.
Till, when they come, he will say, Did you reject my signs, while you had not full knowledge concerning them? Or what was it that you were doing about them?
ووقع القول عليهم بما ظلموا فهم لا ينطقون.
And the sentence shall come to pass against them, because they did wrong, and they will be speechless.
ألم يروا أنا جعلنا الليل ليسكنوا فيه والنهار مبصرا إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون.
See they not that we have made the night that they may rest therein, and the day sight-giving? In that verily are signs for a people who believe.
ويوم ينفخ في السور ففزع من في السماوات ومن في الأرض إلا من شاء الله وكل أتوه داخرين.
And call to mind the day when the trumpet will be blown, and whoever is in the heavens and whoever is in the earth will be struck with terror, save him whom Allah pleases, and all shall come unto him humbled.
وترى الجبال تحسبها جامدة وهي تمر مر السحاب صنع الله الذي أتقن كل شيء إنه خبير بما تفعلون.
And thou seest the mountains, which thou thinkest to be firmly fixed, pass away as the clouds pass away, the handiwork of Allah, who has made everything perfect. Verily, He is fully aware of what you do.
من جاء بالحسنة فله خير منها وهم من فزع يومئذ آمنون.
Whoever does a good deed shall have a better reward than that, and such will be secure from terror that day.
ومن جاء بالسيئة فكبت وجوههم في النار هل تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون.
And those who do evil shall be thrown down on their faces into the fire. And it will be said to them, Are you not rewarded for what you have been doing?
إنما أمرت أن أعبد رب هذه البلدة الذي حرمها وله كل شيء وأمرت أن أكون من المسلمين.
Say, I am commanded only to serve the Lord of this city, which He has made sacred, and to him belong all things, and I am commanded to be of those who submit to God.
وأن أتلو القرآن فمن اهتدى فإنما يهتدي لنفسه ومن ضل فقل إنما أنا من المنذرين.
And to recite the Quran, so whoever follows guidance, follows it only for the good of his own soul. And as to him who goes astray, say, I am only a warner.
وقل الحمد لله سيريكم آياته فتعرفونها وما ربك بغافل عما تعملون.
And say, all praise belongs to Allah. He will soon show you His signs, and you will know them. And thy Lord is not unaware of what you do.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. Ta, Sin, Mim. Benignant, all-hearing, all-knowing God.
تلك آيات الكتاب المبين.
These are verses of the perspicuous book.
نتلو عليك من نبأ موسى وفرعون بالحق لقوم يؤمنون.
We rehearse unto thee a true account of Moses and Pharaoh for the benefit of a people who would believe.
إن فرعون علا في الأرض وجعل أهلها شيعا يستضعف طائفة منهم يذبح أبناءهم ويستحيي نساءهم إنه كان من المفسدين.
Verily, Pharaoh behaved arrogantly in the earth and divided the people thereof into sections. He sought to weaken one section of them, slaughtering their sons and sparing their women. Certainly, he was one of the mischief makers.
ونريد أن نمن على الذين استضعفوا في الأرض ونجعلهم أئمة ونجعلهم الوارثين.
And we desired to show favor unto those who were considered weak in the earth, and to make them inheritors of our favors.
ونمكن لهم في الأرض ونري فرعون وهامان وجنودهما منهم ما كانوا يحذرون.
And to establish them in the earth, and to make Pharaoh and Haman and their hosts. See from them that which they feared.
وأوحينا إلى أم موسى أن أرضعيه فإذا خفت عليه فألقيه في اليم ولا تخافي ولا تحزني إنا رادوه إليك وجعلوه من المرسلين.
And we directed the mother of Moses by revelation. Suckle him, and when thou fearest for him, then cast him into the river, and fear not, nor grieve, for we shall restore him to thee, and shall make him one of the messengers.
فالتقطه آل فرعون ليكون لهم عدوا وحزنا إن فرعون وهامان وجنودهما كانوا خاطئين.
She did accordingly, and one of the family of Pharaoh picked him up, so that he became for them an enemy and a source of sorrow. Verily, Pharaoh and Haman and their hosts were wrongdoers.
وقالت امرأة فرعون قرة عين لي ولك لا تقتلوه عسى أن ينفعنا أو نتخذه ولدا وهم لا يشعرون.
And Pharaoh's wife said, He will be a joy of the eye for me and for thee. Slay him not. Haply he may prove to be useful for us, or we may adopt him as a son. And they knew not our purpose.
وأصبح فؤاد أم موسى فارغا إن كادت لتبدي به لولا أن ربطنا على قلبها لتكون من المؤمنين.
And the heart of the mother of Moses became free from anxiety. She had almost disclosed his identity, were it not that we had strengthened her heart, so that she might be of the firm believers.
وقالت لأخته قصيه فبصرت به عن جنب وهم لا يشعرون.
And she said to his sister, Follow him up. So she observed him from afar, and they were unaware of this.
وحرمنا عليه المراضع من قبل فقالت هل أدلكم على أهل بيت يكفلونه لكم وهم له ناصحون.
And we had already decreed that he shall refuse the wet nurses. So she said, Shall I direct you to the people of a household who will bring him up for you and will be his sincere well-wishers?
فرددناه إلى أمه كي تقر عينها ولا تحزن ولتعلم أن وعد الله حق ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون.
Thus we restored him to his mother, that her eye might be gladdened, and that she might not grieve, and that she might know that the promise of Allah is true. But most of people know not.
ولما بلغ أشده واستوى آتيناه حكما وعلما وكذلك نجزي المحسنين.
And when he reached his age of full strength and attained maturity, we bestowed wisdom and knowledge upon him, and thus do we reward those who do good.
ودخل المدينة على حين غفلة من أهلها فوجد فيها رجلين يقتتلان هذا من شيعته وهذا من عدوه.
And one day he entered the city at a time when its inhabitants were in a state of heedlessness, and he found therein two men fighting, one of his own party and the other of his enemies. And he who was of his party sought his help against him who was of his enemies.
فاستغاثه الذي من شيعته على الذي من عدوه فوكزه موسى فقضى عليه قال هذا من عمل الشيطان إنه عدو مضل مبين.
So Moses struck the latter with his fist, and thereby caused his death. Then Moses said, "This is of Satan's doing. He is indeed an enemy, a manifest misleader."
قال رب إني ظلمت نفسي فاغفر لي فغفر له إنه هو الغفور الرحيم.
He said, "My Lord, I have wronged my soul, so do thou forgive me." So he forgave him. He is most forgiving, ever merciful.
قال رب بما أنعمت علي فلن أكون ظهيرا للمجرمين.
He said, "My Lord, because of the favor thou hast bestowed upon me, I will never be a helper of the guilty."
فأصبح في المدينة خائفا يترقب فإذا الذي استنصره بالأمس قال له موسى إنك لغوي مبين.
And morning found him in the city, apprehensive, watchful. And lo, he who had sought his help the day before cried out to him again for help. Moses said to him, Verily, thou art manifestly a misguided fellow.
فلما أن أراد أن يبطش بالذي هو عدو لهما قال يا موسى أتريد أن تقتلني كما قتلت نفسا بالأمس.
And when he made up his mind to lay hold of the man who was an enemy to both of them, he said, O Moses, dost thou intend to kill me, even as thou didst kill a person yesterday?
إن تريد إلا أن تكون جبارا في الأرض وما تريد أن تكون من المصلحين.
Thou only desirest to be a tyrant in the land, and thou desirest not to be a peacemaker.
وجاء رجل من أقصى المدينة يسعى قال يا موسى إن الملأ يأتمرون بك ليقتلوك فاخرج إني لك من الناصحين.
And there came a man from the far side of the city, running. He said, O Moses, of a truth, the chiefs are taking counsel together against thee to kill thee. Therefore, get thee away. Surely, I am thy well-wisher.
فخرج منها خائفا يترقب قال رب نجني من القوم الظالمين.
So he went forth therefrom, fearful and watchful. He said, My Lord, deliver me from the unjust people.
ولما توجه تلقاء مدين قال عسى ربي أن يهديني سواء السبيل.
And when he turned his face towards Midian, he said, I hope my Lord will guide me to the right way.
ولما ورد ماء مدين وجد عليه أمة من الناس يسقون ووجد من دونهم امرأتين تذودان قال ما خطبكما قالتا لا نسقي حتى يصدر الرعاء وأبونا شيخ كبير.
And when he arrived at the water of Midian, he found there a party of men, watering their flocks. And he found beside them 2 women holding back their flocks. He said, "What is your problem?" They replied, "We cannot water our flocks until the shepherds depart with their flocks. And our father is a very old man."
فسقى لهما ثم تولى إلى الظل فقال رب إني لما أنزلت إلي من خير فقير.
So he watered their flocks for them. Then he turned aside into the shade and said, "My Lord, I stand in need of whatever good thou mayest send down to me."
فجاءته إحداهما تمشي على استحياء قالت إن أبي يدعوك ليجزيك أجر ما سقيت لنا. فلما جاءه وقص عليه القصص قال لا تخف نجوت من القوم الظالمين.
And one of the 2 women came to him, walking bashfully. She said, "My father calls thee, that he may reward thee for thy having watered our flocks for us." So when he came to him and told him the story, he said, "Fear not, thou hast escaped from the unjust people."
قالت إحداهما يا أبت استأجره إن خير من استأجرت القوي الأمين.
One of the 2 women said, "O my father, take him into thy service, for the best man that thou canst employ is the one who is strong and trustworthy."
قال إني أريد أن أنكحك إحدى ابنتي هاتين على أن تأجرني 8 حجج فإن أتممت 10 فمن عندك وما أريد أن أشق عليك ستجدني إن شاء الله من الصالحين.
Their father said to Moses, "I intend to marry to thee one of these 2 daughters of mine, on condition that thou stay in my service for 8 years. But if thou complete 10 years, it will be of thine own accord. And I would not lay any hardship upon thee. Thou wilt find me, if Allah wills, of the righteous."
قال ذلك بيني وبينك أيما الأجلين قضيت فلا عدوان علي والله على ما نقول وكيل.
Moses said, "That is settled between me and thee. Whichever of the 2 terms I fulfill, there shall be no injustice to me, and Allah watches over what we say."
فلما قضى موسى الأجل وسار بأهله آنس من جانب الطور نارا.
And when Moses had fulfilled the term and set forth with his family, he perceived a fire in the direction of the mount.
قال لأهلهم كثوا إني آنست نارا لعلي آتيكم منها بخبر أو جذوة من النار لعلكم تصطلون.
He said to his family, "Wait, I perceive a fire. Haply I may bring you some useful information therefrom, or a burning brand from the fire, that you may warm yourselves."
فلما أتاها نودي من شاطئ الوادي الأيمن في البقعة المباركة من الشجرة أي يا موسى إني أنا الله رب العالمين.
And when he came to it, he was called by a voice from the right side of the valley, in the blessed spot, out of the tree, "O Moses, verily I am Allah, the Lord of the worlds."
وأن ألق عصاك فلما رآها تهتز كأنها جان ولا مدبرا ولم يعقب. يا موسى أقبل ولا تخف إنك من الآمنين.
Cast down thy rod. And when he saw it move as though it were a serpent, he turned back, retreating, and did not look back. "O Moses," said the voice, "come forward and fear not. Surely thou art of those who are safe."
اسلك يدك في جيبك تخرج بيضاء من غير سوء واضمم إليك جناحك من الرهب فذلك برهانان من ربك إلى فرعون وملئه إنهم كانوا قوما فاسقين.
Insert thy hand into thy bosom. It will come forth white, without evil effect. And draw back thy arm toward thyself in order to still thy fear. So these shall be two proofs from thy Lord to Pharaoh and his chiefs. Surely they are a rebellious people.
قال رب إني قتلت منهم نفسا فأخاف أن يقتلون.
Moses said, "My Lord, I killed a person from among them, and I fear that they will kill me."
وأخي هارون هو أفصح مني لسانا فأرسله معي يردا يصدقني إني أخاف أن يكذبون.
And my brother Aaron, he is more eloquent in speech than I. Send him, therefore, with me, as a helper, that he may bear witness to my truth. I fear that they will charge me with falsehood.
قال سنشد عضدك بأخيك ونجعل لكما سلطانا فلا يصلون إليكما بآياتنا أنتما ومن اتبعكما الغالبون.
God said, "We will strengthen thine arm with thy brother, and we will give power to you both, so that they shall not reach you. So go with our signs. You too, and those who follow you, will prevail."
فلما جاءهم موسى بآياتنا بينات قالوا ما هذا إلا سحر مفترى وما سمعنا بهذا في آبائنا الأولين.
And when Moses came to them with our clear signs, they said, "This is nothing but a forged sorcery, and we never heard the like of this among our forefathers."
وقال موسى ربي أعلم بمن جاء بالهدى من عنده ومن تكون له عاقبة الدار إنه لا يفلح الظالمون.
Moses said, "My Lord knows best who it is that has brought guidance from him, and whose will be the reward of the final abode. Verily, the wrongdoers never prosper."
وقال فرعون يا أيها الملأ ما علمت لكم من إله غيري فأوقد لي يا هامان على الطين فاجعل لي صرحا لعلي أطلع إلى إله موسى وإني لأظنه من الكاذبين.
And Pharaoh said, "O chiefs, I know of no God for you other than myself. So burn me bricks of clay, O Haman, and build me a tower, that I may, by climbing it, have a look at the God of Moses. For I think that he is a liar."
واستكبر هو وجنوده في الأرض بغير الحق وظنوا أنهم إلينا لا يرجعون.
And he and his hosts behaved arrogantly in the land without justification, and they thought that they would never be brought back to us.
فأخذناه وجنوده فنبذناهم في اليم فانظر كيف كان عاقبة الظالمين.
So we seized him and his hosts and cast them into the sea. See then how evil was the end of the wrongdoers.
وجعلناهم أئمة يدعون إلى النار ويوم القيامة لا ينصرون.
And we made them leaders who called people unto the fire, and on the day of resurrection they will not be helped.
واتبعناهم في هذه الدنيا لعنة ويوم القيامة هم من المقبوحين.
And we caused them to be followed by a curse in this world, and on the day of resurrection they will be among those deprived of all good.
ولقد آتينا موسى الكتاب من بعد ما أهلكنا القرون الأولى بصائر للناس وهدى ورحمة لعلهم يتذكرون.
And we gave Moses the book after we had destroyed the earlier generations, as a source of enlightenment for men, and a guidance and a mercy, that they might reflect.
وما كنت بجانب الغربي إذ قضينا إلى موسى الأمر وما كنت من الشاهدين.
And thou wast not on the western side of the mount, when we committed the matter of prophethood to Moses, nor wast thou among the witnesses.
ولكننا أنشأنا قرونا فتطاول عليهم العمر وما كنت ثاويا في أهل مدين تتلو عليهم آياتنا ولكننا كنا مرسلين.
But we brought forth generations after Moses, and life became prolonged for them. And thou wast not a dweller among the people of Midian, rehearsing our signs unto them, but it is we who send messengers.
وما كنت بجانب الطور إذ نادينا ولكن رحمة من ربك لتنذر قوما ما أتاهم من نذير من قبلك لعلهم يتذكرون.
And thou wast not on the side of the mount with Moses, when we called to him and revealed to him our prophecy concerning thee. But we have sent thee as a mercy from thy Lord, that thou mayest warn a people to whom no warner had come before thee, that they may be mindful.
ولولا أن تصيبهم مصيبة بما قدمت أيديهم فيقولوا ربنا لولا أرسلت إلينا رسولا فنتبع آياتك فنتبع آياتك ونكون من المؤمنين.
And were it not that if an affliction should befall them, because of what their hands have sent before them, they would say, Our Lord, wherefore didst thou not send a messenger to us, that we might have followed thy commandments and been of the believers? We should not have sent thee as a messenger.
فلما جاءهم الحق من عندنا قالوا لولا أوتي مثل ما أوتي موسى أولم يكفروا بما أوتي موسى من قبل قالوا سحران تظاهرا وقالوا إنا بكل كافرون.
But now, when the truth has come to them from us, they say, Why has he not been given the like of what was given to Moses? Did they not reject that which was given to Moses before? They said, Aaron and Moses are but two sorcerers who back up each other. And they say, We reject the claim of both.
قل فأتوا بكتاب من عند الله هو أهدى منهما اتبعه إن كنتم صادقين.
Say, then bring a book from Allah which is a better guide than these two books, the Torah and the Quran, that I may follow it, if you are truthful.
فإن لم يستجيبوا لك فاعلم أنما يتبعون أهواءهم ومن أضل ممن اتبع هواه بغير هدى من الله إن الله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين.
But if they answer thee not, then know that they only follow their own evil desires. And who is more erring than he who follows his evil desires, without any guidance from Allah? Verily, Allah guides not the wrongdoing people.
وَلَقَدْ وَسَّلْنَا لَهُمُ الْقَوْلَ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَذَكَّرُونَ.
And we have, indeed, sent revelation to them continuously, that they may be admonished.
الذين آتيناهم الكتاب من قبله هم به يؤمنون.
Those to whom we gave the book before the Quran, they believe in it.
وإذا يتلى عليهم قالوا آمنا به إنه الحق من ربنا إنا كنا من قبله مسلمين.
And when it is recited unto them, they say, We believe in it. Verily, it is the truth from our Lord. Indeed, even before it, we had submitted to its teaching.
أولئك أولئك يؤتون أجرهم مرتين بما صبروا ويدرؤون بالحسنة السيئة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون.
These will be given their reward twice, for they have been steadfast, and they repel evil with good, and spend out of what we have given them.
وإذا سمعوا اللغو عارضوا عنه وقالوا لنا أعمالنا ولكم أعمالكم سلام عليكم لا نبتغي الجاهلين.
And when they hear idle talk, they turn away from it and say, "For us are our works, and for you your works. Peace be upon you. We have no concern with the ignorant."
إنك لا تهدي من أحببت ولكن الله يهدي من يشاء وهو أعلم بالمهتدين.
Surely, thou canst not guide whomsoever thou lovest, but Allah guides whomsoever He pleases, and He knows best those who would accept guidance.
وقالوا إن نتبع الهدى معك نتخطف من أرضنا أولم نمكن لهم حرما آمنا يجبى إليه ثمرات كل شيء رزقا من لدنا ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون.
And they say, if we were to follow the guidance with thee, we should be snatched away from our land. Say to them, have we not established for them a safe sanctuary, to which are brought the fruits of all things, as a provision from us? But most of them know not.
وكم أهلكنا من قرية بطرت معيشتها فتلك مساكنهم لم تسكن من بعدهم إلا قليلا وكنا نحن الوارثين.
And how many a town have we destroyed, which exulted in its life of ease and plenty? And these are their dwellings, which have been but little inhabited after them, and it is we who became the inheritors thereof.
وما كان ربك مهلك القرى حتى يبعث في أمها رسولا يتلو عليهم آياتنا وما كنا مهلك القرى إلا وأهلها ظالمون.
And thy Lord would never destroy the towns, until he has raised in the mother town thereof a messenger, reciting unto them our signs. Nor would we destroy the towns, unless the people thereof were wrongdoers.
وما أوتيتم من شيء فمتاع الحياة الدنيا وزينتها وما عند الله خير وأبقى أفلا تعقلون.
And whatever of anything you are given is only a temporary enjoyment of the present life and an adornment thereof, and that which is with Allah is better and more lasting. Will you not then understand?
أفمن وعدناه وعدا حسنا فهو لاقيه كمن متعناه متاع الحياة الدنيا ثم هو يوم القيامة من المحضرين.
Is he then to whom we have promised a goodly promise, the fulfillment of which he will meet, like him whom we have provided with the good things of this life only, and then on the day of resurrection he will be among those who are brought before God to give an account of their deeds.
ويوم يناديهم فيقول أين شركائي الذين كنتم تزعمون.
And on that day he will call to them and say, where are those whom you alleged to be my associates?
قال الذين حق عليهم القول ربنا هؤلاء الذين أغويناهم كما غوينا تبرأنا إليك ما كانوا إيانا يعبدون.
Then those against whom the sentence of punishment will have become due will say, our Lord, these are those whom we led astray. We led them astray even as we had gone astray ourselves. We now dissociate ourselves from them and turn to thee. It was not us that they worshipped.
وقيل ادعوا شركاءكم فدعوهم فلم يستجيبوا لهم ورأوا العذاب لو أنهم كانوا يهتدون.
And it will be said to the idolaters, now call upon your so-called partners, and they will call upon them, but they will not answer them, and they will see the punishment and wish that they had followed the guidance.
ويوم يناديهم فيقول ماذا أجبتم المرسلين.
And on that day, Allah will call to them and say, what answer gave you to the messengers?
فعميت عليهم الأنباء يومئذ فهم لا يتساءلون.
Then all excuses will become obscure to them on that day, and they shall not even ask each other.
فأما من تاب وآمن وعمل صالحا فعسى أن يكون من المفلحين.
But he who repents and believes and does righteous deeds, may be he will be among the prosperous.
وربك يخلق ما يشاء ويختار ما كان لهم الخيرة سبحان الله وتعالى عما يشركون.
And thy Lord creates whatever He pleases, and chooses whomsoever He pleases. It is not for them to choose. Glorified be Allah. He is far above all that they associate with Him.
وَرَبُّكَ يَعْلَمُ مَا تُكِنُّ صُدُورُهُمْ وَمَا يُعْلِنُونَ.
And thy Lord knows what their breasts conceal and what they disclose.
وَهُوَ اللَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُوَ لَهُ الْحَمْدُ فِي الْأُولَى وَالْآخِرَةِ وَلَهُ الْحُكْمُ وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ.
And He is Allah. There is no God but He. To Him belongs all praise in the beginning and the hereafter. His is the dominion, and to Him shall you be brought back.
قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكُمُ اللَّيْلَ سَرْمَدًا إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ مَنْ إِلَهٌ غَيْرُ اللَّهِ يَأْتِيكُمْ بِضِيَاءٍ أَفَلَا تَسْمَعُونَ.
Say, tell me, if Allah should make the night to continue perpetually over you till the day of resurrection, what God is there other than Allah who could bring you light? Will you not then hearken?
قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكُمُ النَّهَارَ سَرْمَدًا إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ مَنْ إِلَهٌ غَيْرُ اللَّهِ يَأْتِيكُمْ بِلَيْلٍ تَسْكُنُونَ فِيهِ أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ.
Say, tell me, if Allah should make the day to continue perpetually over you till the day of resurrection, what God is there other than Allah who could bring you night wherein you could rest? Will you not then see?
وَمِنْ رَحْمَتِهِ جَعَلَ لَكُمُ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ لِتَسْكُنُوا فِيهِ وَلِتَبْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِهِ وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ.
And of His mercy He has made for you the night and the day, that you may rest therein, and that you may seek of His bounty, and that you may be grateful.
وَيَوْمَ يُنَادِيهِمْ فَيَقُولُ أَيْنَ شُرَكَائِيَ الَّذِينَ كُنْتُمْ تَزْعُمُونَ.
And on that day He will call to them and say, where are those whom you alleged to be my associates?
وَنَزَعْنَا مِنْ كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ شَهِيدًا فَقُلْنَا هَاتُوا برهانكم فاعلموا أن الحق لله وضل عنهم ما كانوا يفترون.
And we shall take out from every people a witness, and we shall say, bring your proof. Then they will know that the truth belongs to Allah alone, and that which they used to forge will all be lost unto them.
إن قارون كان من قوم موسى فبغى عليهم وآتيناه من الكنوز ما إن مفاتحه لتنوء بالعصبة أولي القوة إذ قال له قومه لا تفرح إن الله لا يحب الفرحين.
Verily, Korah was of the people of Moses, but he behaved tyrannically towards them, and we had given him treasures of hoarded wealth, so much that the keys thereof would have weighed down a party of strong men. When his people said to him, exult not, surely Allah loves not those who exult.
وابتغ فيما آتاك الله الدار الآخرة ولا تنس نصيبك من الدنيا وأحسن كما أحسن الله إليك ولا تبغ الفساد في الأرض إن الله لا يحب المفسدين.
And seek in that which Allah has given thee, the home of the hereafter, and neglect not thy lot in this world, and do good to others, as Allah has done good to thee, and seek not to create mischief in the land. Verily, Allah loves not those who create mischief.
قال إنما أوتيته على علم عندي أولم يعلم أن الله قد أهلك من قبله من القرون من هو أشد منه قوة وأكثر جمعا ولا يسأل عن ذنوبهم المجرمون.
He said, all this has been given to me because of the knowledge I possess. Did he not know that Allah had destroyed before him generations that were mightier than he and greater in riches? And the guilty shall not be asked to offer an explanation of their sins.
فخرج على قومه في زينته قال الذين يريدون الحياة الدنيا يا ليت لنا مثل ما أوتي قارون إنه لذو حظ عظيم.
So he went forth before his people in all his pomp. Those who were desirous of the life of this world said, would that we had the like of what Korah has been given. Truly, he is the master of a great fortune.
وقال الذين أوتوا العلم ويلكم ثواب الله خير لمن آمن وعمل صالحا ولا يلقاها إلا الصابرون.
But those who have been given knowledge said, Woe unto you! Allah's reward is best for those who believe and do good works, and it shall be granted to no one except those who are steadfast.
فخسفنا به وبداره الأرض فما كان له من فئة ينصرونه من دون الله وما كان من المنتصرين.
Then we caused the earth to swallow him up and his dwelling, and he had no party to help him against Allah, nor was he of those who can defend themselves.
وأصبح الذين تمنوا مكانه بالأمس يقولون ويك أن الله يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ يَبْسُطُ الرِّزْقَ لِمَن يَشَاءُ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ وَيَقْدِرُ لَوْلَا أَمَّنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا لَخَسَفَ بِنَا وَكَأَنَّهُ لا يفلح الكافرون.
And those who had coveted his position the day before began to say, Ruin seize thee. It is indeed Allah who enlarges the provision for such of his servants as he pleases, and straightens it for whom he pleases. Had not Allah been gracious to us, he would have caused it to swallow us up also. Ah, the ungrateful never prosper.
تلك الدار الآخرة نجعلها للذين لا يريدون علوا في الأرض ولا فسادا والعاقبة للمتقين.
This is the home of the hereafter. We give it to those who seek not self-exaltation in the earth, nor corruption, and the good end is for the righteous.
من جاء بالحسنة فله خير منها ومن جاء بالسيئة فلا يجزى الذين عملوا السيئات إلا ما كانوا يعملون.
He who does a good deed shall have a reward better than that. And as for him who does an evil deed, those who do evil deeds shall not be rewarded, but according to what they did.
إن الذي فرض عليك القرآن لرادك إلى معاد قل ربي أعلم من جاء بالهدى ومن هو في ضلال مبين.
He who has made the teaching of the Quran binding on thee will most surely bring thee back to thy ordained place of return. Say, my Lord knows best him who has brought the guidance and him who is in manifest error.
وما كنت ترجو أن يلقى إليك الكتاب إلا رحمة من ربك فلا تكونن ظهيرا للكافرين.
And thou didst never expect that the book would be revealed to thee. But it is a mercy from thy Lord. So never be a helper of disbelievers.
ولا يصدنك عن آيات الله بعد إذ أنزلت إليك وادع إلى ربك ولا تكونن من المشركين.
And let them not turn thee away from the signs of Allah after they have been sent down to thee. And call mankind to thy Lord, and be not of those who associate partners with him.
ولا تدع مع الله إلها آخر لا إله إلا هو كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه له الحكم وإليه ترجعون.
And call not on any other God beside Allah. There is no God but He. Everything will perish but He. His is the judgment, and to Him will you all be brought back.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful.
ألف لام ميم.
Alif Lam Mim. I am Allah, the All-Knowing.
أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون.
Do men think that they will be left alone because they say, we believe, and that they will not be tried?
ولقد فتنا الذين من قبلهم فليعلمن الله الذين صدقوا وليعلمن الكاذبين.
And we did try those who were before them. So Allah will, assuredly, know those who are truthful, and He will, assuredly, know the liars.
أم حسب الذين يعملون السيئات أن يسبقونا ساء ما يحكمون.
Or do those who commit evil deeds imagine that they will escape us? How ill they judge.
من كان يرجو لقاء الله فإن أجل الله لآت وهو السميع العليم.
Whoso hopes to meet Allah, let him be prepared for it. For Allah's appointed time is certainly coming, and He is the all-hearing, the all-knowing.
ومن جاهد فإنما يجاهد لنفسه إن الله لغني عن العالمين.
And whoso strives only for his own soul. Verily, Allah is independent of all His creatures.
والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لنكفرن عنهم سيئاتهم لنجزينهم أحسن الذي كانوا يعملون.
And as to those who believe and do righteous deeds, we shall, surely, remove from them their evils, and we shall, surely, give them the best reward of their works.
ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حسنا وإن جاهداك لتشرك بي ما ليس لك به علم فلا تطعهما إلي مرجعكم فأنبئكم بما كنتم تعملون.
And we have enjoined on man kindness to his parents. But if they contend with thee to make thee associate that with me of which thou hast no knowledge, then obey them not. Unto me is your return, and I shall inform you of what you did.
والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لندخلنهم في الصالحين.
And those who believe and do righteous deeds, them we shall, surely, admit into the company of the righteous.
ومن الناس من يقول آمنا بالله فإذا أوذي في الله جعل فتنة الناس كعذاب الله ولئن جاء نصر من ربك ليقولن إنا كنا معكم أوليس الله بعالم بما في صدور العالمين.
And of men there are some who say, We believe in Allah. But when they are made to suffer in the cause of Allah, they regard the persecution of men as if it were the punishment of Allah. And if help comes from thy Lord, they are sure to say, Certainly, we were with you. Is not Allah best aware of what is in the breasts of His creatures?
وَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ الْمُنَافِقِينَ.
And Allah will certainly make manifest those who believe, and He will surely distinguish the hypocrites from the believers.
قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا اتبعوا سبيلنا ولنحمل خطاياكم وما هم بحاملين من خطاياهم من شيء إنهم لكاذبون.
And those who disbelieve say to those who believe, Follow our way, and we will, surely, bear the burden of your sins. But they will bear none of the burden of their sins. They are, surely, liars.
وَلَيَحْمِلُنَّ أَثْقَالَهُمْ وَأَثْقَالًا مَّعَ أَثْقَالِهِمْ وَلَيُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ عَمَّا كَانُوا يَفْتَرُونَ.
But they shall surely bear their own burdens, and other burdens along with their own burdens. And they will surely be questioned on the day of resurrection concerning that which they fabricated.
وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ فَلَبِثَ فِيهِمْ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ إِلَّا 50 عَامًا فَأَخَذَهُمُ الطُّوفَانُ وَهُمْ ظَالِمُونَ.
And we, certainly, sent Noah to his people, and he remained among them 1,000 years, short of 50 years. Then the deluge overtook them, while they were wrongdoers.
فَأَنْجَيْنَاهُ وَأَصْحَابَ السَّفِينَةِ وَجَعَلْنَاهَا آيَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ.
But we saved him and those who were with him in the ark, and we made it a sign for all peoples.
وَإِبْرَاهِيمَ إِذْ قَالَ لِقَوْمِهِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاتَّقُوهُ ذَلِكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ.
And we sent Abraham when he said to his people, Worship Allah and fear Him. That is better for you, if you only knew.
إنما تعبدون من دون الله أوثانا وتخلقون إفكا.
You only worship idols beside Allah, and you invent a lie.
إن الذين تعبدون من دون الله لا يملكون لكم رزقا فابتغوا عند الله الرزق واعبدوه واشكروا له إليه ترجعون.
Those whom you worship beside Allah have no power to provide sustenance for you. Then seek sustenance from Allah and worship Him and be grateful to Him. Unto Him will you be brought back.
وَإِن تُكَذِّبُوا فَقَدْ كَذَّبَ مِن قَبْلِكُمْ وَمَا عَلَى الرَّسُولِ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ.
And if you reject the truth, then the generations before you also rejected it, and the messenger is only responsible for the clear delivery of the message.
أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا كَيْفَ يُبْدِئُ اللَّهُ الْخَلْقَ ثُمَّ يُعِيدُهُ إِنَّ ذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ يَسِيرٌ.
See they not how Allah originates creation, then repeats it? That, surely, is easy for Allah.
قُلْ سِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَانظُرُوا كَيْفَ بَدَأَ الْخَلْقَ ثُمَّ اللَّهُ يُنشِئُ النَّشْأَةَ الْآخِرَةَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ.
Say, travel in the earth and see how He originated the creation. Then will Allah create the second creation. Surely, Allah has power over all things.
يُعَذِّبُ مَن يَشَاءُ وَيَرْحَمُ مَن يَشَاءُ وَإِلَيْهِ تُقْلَبُونَ.
He punishes whom He pleases and shows mercy unto whom He pleases, and to Him will you be turned back.
وَمَا أَنْتُمْ بِمُعْجِزِينَ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا فِي السَّمَاءِ وَمَا لَكُمْ مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ مِنْ وَلِيٍّ وَلَا نَصِيرٍ.
And you cannot frustrate the designs of Allah in the earth, nor in the heaven, nor have you any friend or helper beside Allah.
وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بِآيَاتِ اللَّهِ وَلِقَائِهِ أولئك يئسوا من رحمتي وأولئك لهم عذاب أليم.
Those who disbelieve in the signs of Allah and the meeting with Him, it is they who despair of my mercy, and they will have a grievous punishment.
فما كان جواب قومه إلا أن قال قالوا اقتلوه أو حرقوه فأنجاه الله من النار إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون.
And the only answer of his people was that they said, "Slay him, or burn him." But Allah delivered him from the fire. In that, surely, are signs for a people who would believe.
وقال إنما اتخذتم من دون الله أوثانا مودة بينكم في الحياة الدنيا ثم يوم القيامة يكفر بعضكم ببعض ويلعن بعضكم بعضا ومأواكم النار وما لكم من ناصرين.
And Abraham said, "Verily, you have taken for yourselves idols beside Allah, out of love for each other in the present life. Then on the day of resurrection, you will deny each other and curse each other, and your abode will be the fire, and you will have no helpers."
فآمن له لوط وقال إني مهاجر إلى ربي إنه هو العزيز الحكيم.
And Lot believed in him. And Abraham said, "I flee unto my Lord. Surely, He is the mighty, the wise."
ووهبنا له إسحاق ويعقوب وجعلنا في ذريته النبوة والكتاب وآتيناه أجره في الدنيا وإنه في الآخرة لمن الصالحين.
And we bestowed on him Isaac and Jacob. And we placed prophethood and the book among his descendants. And we gave him his reward in this life, and in the hereafter he will surely be among the righteous.
ولوطا إذ قال لقومه إنكم لتأتون الفاحشة ما سبقكم بها من أحد من العالمين.
And call to mind Lot, when he said to his people, "You commit an abomination, such as no one among mankind has ever committed before you."
أئنكم لتأتون الرجال وتقطعون السبيل وتأتون في ناديكم المنكر فما كان جواب قومه إلا أن قالوا ائتنا بعذاب الله إن كنت من الصادقين.
What? Do you approach men with lust and commit robbery on the highway, and you commit abomination in your meetings? But the only answer of his people was that they said, Bring upon us the punishment of Allah, if thou speakest the truth.
قال رب انصرني على القوم المفسدين.
He said, Help me, my Lord, against the wicked people.
ولما جاءت رسلنا إبراهيم بالبشرى قالوا إنا مهلكو أهل هذه القرية إن أهلها كانوا ظالمين.
And when our messengers brought Abraham the tidings, they said, The tidings is, we are about to destroy the people of this town. Surely its people are wrongdoers.
قال إن فيها لوطا قالوا نحن أعلم بمن فيها لننجينه وأهله إلا امرأته كانت من الغابرين.
He said, But Lot is there. They said, We know very well who is there. We will surely save him and his family, except his wife, who is of those who remain behind.
ولما أن جاءت رسلنا لوطا سيء بهم وضاق بهم ذرعا وقالوا لا تخف ولا تحزن إنا منجوك وأهلك إلا امرأتك كانت من الغابرين.
And when our messengers came to Lot, he was distressed on their account and felt powerless with regard to them. And they said, Fear not, nor grieve, and we have been charged with the divine message. We will surely save thee and thy family, except thy wife, who is of those who remain behind.
إنا منزلون على أهل هذه القرية رجزا من السماء بما كانوا يفسقون.
And we are, surely, going to bring down on the people of this town a punishment from heaven, for they have been rebellious.
وَلَقَدْ تَرَكْنَا مِنْهَا آيَةً بَيِّنَةً لِقَوْمٍ يَعْقِلُونَ.
And we have left thereof a clear sign for a people who would understand.
وإلى مدين أخاهم شعيبا فقال يا قوم اعبدوا الله وارجوا اليوم الآخر وارجوا اليوم الآخر ولا تعثوا في الأرض مفسدين.
And to Midian we sent their brother Shu'aib, who said, O my people, worship Allah, and be mindful of the last day, and commit not iniquity in the earth, creating disorder.
فكذبوه فأخذتهم الرجفة فأصبحوا في دارهم جاثمين.
But they called him a liar. So a violent earthquake seized them, and in their homes they lay prostrate upon the ground.
وعادا وثمود وقد تبين لكم من مساكنهم وزين لهم الشيطان أعمالهم فصدهم عن السبيل وكانوا مستبصرين.
And we destroyed Ad and Thamud, and it is evident to you from their dwelling places. And Satan made their deeds appear attractive to them, and thus turned them away from the right path, sagacious though they were.
وقارون وفرعون وهامان ولقد جاءهم موسى بالبينات فاستكبروا في الأرض وما كانوا سابقين.
And we destroyed Korah, and Pharaoh, and Haman, and Moses did come to them with manifest signs, but they behaved arrogantly in the land, yet they could not outstrip us.
فكلا أخذنا بذنبه فمنهم من أرسلنا عليه حاصبا ومنهم من أخذته الصيحة ومنهم من خسفنا به الأرض ومنهم من أغرقنا.
So each one of them we seized for his sin. Of them were those against whom we sent a violent sandstorm, and of them were those whom a roaring blast overtook, and of them were those whom we caused the earth to swallow up, and of them were those whom we drowned.
وما كان الله ليظلمهم ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يظلمون.
And Allah did not wrong them, but they wronged themselves.
مثل الذين اتخذوا من دون الله أولياء كمثل العنكبوت اتخذت بيتا وإن أوهن البيوت لبيت العنكبوت لو كانوا يعلمون.
The case of those who take helpers beside Allah is like unto the case of the spider that takes to itself a house. And surely the frailest of all houses is the house of the spider, if they but knew.
إن الله يعلم ما يدعون من دونه من شيء وهو العزيز الحكيم.
Verily, Allah knows whatever they call upon beside Him, and He is the mighty, the wise.
وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس وما يعقلها إلا العالمون.
And these are similitudes which we set forth for mankind, but only those understand them who have knowledge.
خلق الله السماوات والأرض بالحق إن في ذلك لآية للمؤمنين.
Allah created the heavens and the earth in accordance with the requirements of wisdom. In that surely is a sign for the believers.